I need some. Oh, that is late today, huh?
I was awake without having 6.
So, we may continue from yesterday, I think. You're from Bengal? No. Ah, Kiami. Who am I? This you can learn here. By the mercy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So everything is meant for Krishna. We are also meant for him. Ishavasyam idam sarvam. This is true knowledge. And this is the true situation of the world. So exploitation is an incomplete and reactionary idea for which we incur a debt that we shall later have to pay. We may go to Satyaloka, the highest planet in the material universe. Right? He wants to sit here, huh? We may go to Satyaloka, the highest planet in the material universe. But by exploiting nature, we incur a debt, become heavy, and go down. And when we go down, others come to exploit and extort us until our debts are paid. Then the heaviness goes. We become light and go upward to the higher planetary systems again. And when we go up, we exploit those who are in a lower position. In this way, there's continual exploitation and clearance of debt. This is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita. Apramana puvana loka puna avartino jana amupetyati kaunteya punavachanmana vidyati. All planetary systems within this world of matter are places of repeated birth and death. But one who attains my abode, O son of Kunti, never takes birth again. So upon going there, one never returns to this material world. Yet Katvanani Vardhante Dadham Varmamama. Krishna's abode is nirguna, or transcendental. To to any material quality. So we must firmly establish the conception of Ishabasyam, everything, including ourselves, is meant for the Supreme Lord. We are all His servants, and we are meant to utilize everything in His service. Any work we perform will bind us in this environment of matter. Unless we perform yajna, sacrifice, yajnatat karmano nyatha loko yam prama akama bandhana. And the Vedas enjoin yajyo vai Vishnu. Sacrifice is meant exclusively for Vishnu or Krishna. This is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna says, I am the only enjoyer of every sacrifice. Aham hi sarvaya jnanam bhuktaja babhu evaja. So, sacrifice is not meant for the country or for the society or for anything else. Sacrifice is meant only for the Supreme Lord. No one less than He is worthy of sacrifice. So only by connecting our activities with the infinite can we be freed from the present environment of action and reaction, means karma. Karma-free acting means that we are not working for our personal benefit or enjoyment or doing things. If we want to get rid of karma, we have to understand who is the owner of everything, who has created everything, who belongs everything, whom is all these things, what is created belonging to. So we are also belonging to Him, we are meant for Him. So acting in this way, just by eating food, if you just eat for your tongue satisfaction, you create karma. If you offer it to the Lord and let Him enjoy first, and just eat the rest, this means sacrifice, or this means we give it back to Him to whom everything belongs. And this is, we become free from the reaction or debts we have collected so many lifetimes. So in this way, pure devotion means one who's very advanced. Whatever he does it for the Lord's satisfaction. So this is a difference between karmi, one who lives in material world, who faces birth, disease, old age, and death, cannot avoid because of ignorance, jnana, because not understanding who he is. Kayami. Sanatana Goswami asked, first question on Mahaprabhu, Kayami, who I am. Then we say, I am so-and-so. I am this body. I am Mr. or Mrs. like this. I am this. So, this is the illusion, or this is called Bhakti in Sanskrit, Maya, illusion. So when knowledge comes in connection with the Absolute, it loses its filthy characteristic. Then we can have full knowledge, which will lead us to Prema Bhakti, love of Godhead. Everything man is meant for Krishna. He is the only enjoyer of everything. He is the absolute autocrat, and he is the absolute good. We are all his servants, and everything is meant for his satisfaction. We must come to this understanding. The Gurukula system of Vedic education should be conceived in this line. Gurukula system means the teachings in the schools, like in Vaishnava system, there are Gurukula schools for children. They are taught in this way, that who we are, what is the important things in this lifetime. Otherwise, we just rotting whole life, working hard for a little pleasure. And then we are getting afraid of death, dying, getting sick, getting old. That is the result of having not understood who I am. We are not taking birth, we are not dying. Now he's paying obeisances. So, Guru means heavy. Guru means one who dispels the darkness, who is heavy, who cannot be moved by any proposal. He is so well established in the truth that no offer of alternative knowledge or any other proposal can move him from his position. He is firm there. He can help the lagu, the people who are very light, those whom anyone can handle like tools of play. But the Guru can never be moved from his position. He will sit tight there, heavier than the Himalayas, and face all fleeting conceptions of knowledge, breaking them right and left, establishing the universal characteristics of absolute knowledge. He will impart knowledge of the absolute truth, Brahman, the supreme whole dispelling all misconceptions and establishing knowledge of the absolute upon the throne of the heart. This is the conception of Gurukula, the Vedic system of education of ancient India. So the Vedic system of education deals with knowledge proper, not half knowledge, but knowledge of the whole, which can deliver us from all troubles and guide us to the most desirable position. Nowadays we can sell knowledge, but this knowledge cannot be sold. Intellectual knowledge can be taken into the market, but this knowledge cannot be taken into the market, for this is absolute knowledge. Vedic knowledge gives us our fulfillment of life, attaining which we will no longer feel the necessity to run here and there for any greater knowledge. Previously, That knowledge was taught within the Gurukula, the ancient Vedic school. Vedic knowledge means knowledge which comes from outside the area of misunderstanding. Miscalculation and false historiography. The books recorded here are filled with temporary truths, misconceptions. Such things may be useful now, but after some time it won't work. Mundane law will have no position. Everything will be dissolved. The earth will be dissolved, matter will be dissolved. We won't be able to trace any quality of matter. When everything is reduced to ether, no trace of air or heat or anything else will remain in any way. With the dissolution of this mundane world, nothing will remain but transcendental knowledge. Chaitanya, is any question? Any? So there's a last. The land of dedication. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, one who reaches my abode never returns to this material world. Yat gatvanadivatan deta dhamma maramam mama. The dissolution will go on in the plane of material world. The dissolution will go on in the plane of the material world. But if you can secure visa for that land, if you can enter into that soil, you will never be mishandled. When the sun, moon, and stars are all dissolved, your eternal self, your devotional ego, will be quite safe in my plane. So the material world is the land of exploitation. The spiritual world is the opposite, the land of dedication. In the middle there is the Brahmajyoti, the line of demarcation between exploitation and dedication. The line of demarcation. It is between exploitation and dedication. This is the Brahmajyoti. Demarcation. The line of demarcation is neutral. When we go to this Brahmajyoti, everything turns into transcendental. We are getting our spiritual identity. So means we are getting our spiritual personality or form or position in the transcendental world. If you just go into Brahmajyoti, this means the Brahman. But you have to go further. From Brahmajyoti, everything is possible that we fall again back. But if you go to the other side, we go through, then we enter the eternal pastimes of the Lord. This is the understanding of Vaishnava, of teaching of Bhagavatam, teaching of Upanishad Purana. There's a personal understanding. So there's this brahmajyoti between exploitation, means between this material plane, where everything is exploited in a way that we want enjoy, we want to exploit everything more or less. This is the result now, where we are. And then, when we are in the brahmajyoti and go further, then is the world of dedication. Then we are moving according to the supreme will. And by entering brahmajyoti and going at the backside, we become rebels, or we become envious of God. We want to become the enjoyer. We want to become the controller. This is the world of exploitation. And of course, there are debts. We are making debts we have to pay, or we have to learn here. Many lifetimes we have to come and go. Basically, it's a very simple understanding, but it is very difficult to understand if we are in the hand of the illusory energy. It is very difficult to realize. Here in this material world, every unit is of an exploiting nature. It is just the opposite. Everything there is wholly dedicated to the service of Krishna. There is no want of anything. Rather, whatever is necessary to make service to Krishna possible comes automatically. Here everything is based on karma. Not karma, karma. What means karma? It's lusty desire. We want to enjoy this material world. Karma means the perverted reflection of prema. Here is everything based in a material world of enjoying. I am the enjoyer. And in the transcendental world, everything is based that he becomes the enjoyer. He is the enjoyer. And this is called prema. But this is not, in the material world, is not known. We translate it as love, but the love is not. What we understand under love in this material world means I love something as long as it makes me enjoying. If I don't lose interest, then this love is also finished. But in the transcendental plane, love never finishes, always increases. This is the difference, always increases. More and more extreme. So the real service is not possible in this plane here. There's no possibility for exploitation existing in the land of dedication. For every unit, there's a dedicating one. In the lower portion of the land of dedication, there is some calculation, some awe and reverence. So when we enter the lower section of the Vaikuntha, like Narayan, Lakshmi Narayan or Vishnu, there is some land of dedication. There's some awe and reverence, means there's respect. He is Supreme Lord, He is everything, He is great and I am small. But they like to follow some leaders here in the material world who are dominant or who, whatever they like. but they have distance, they have not a personal relationship. They think, oh, nice, big and great. But in the higher sphere, it is all automatic, spontaneous love. A labor of love with increased intensity and earnestness. And we are only charmed by the beauty and love that is found in Goloka Vrindavan. Goloka Vrindavan means the Vrindavan in this world is a shadow or a reflection of the real Vrindavan. So who has eyes to see, he can see also in this Vrindavan. The pastimes goes on, but they are not seen by these material eyes we have. There we can only experience when we get spiritual understanding. So the supreme abode of Krishna is a nutshell. This is what we understand by the grace of our spiritual masters. We are very much attracted by this conception which has been given to us by our Gurudev, as he has received it from the Vedic scriptures, especially the Srimad Bhagavatam. This has been explained by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself, by his teachings and practices. And this conception has been expounded by his followers, the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan. You know Sri Krishna Chaitanya? Yes. You are fortunate that appeared in Bengal, Navadvip. Kali Yuga, he comes again in the form of Kalki, in the end of Kali Yuga. But he will not be so merciful than Mahaprabhu. He comes, he has already mentioned this village in the Himalayas. He appears, as Mahaprabhu is also mentioned thousands of years ago in the Vedas. What will his activities, what will he do, what will be the name, where will he take birth or appear, and what the parents' name, all this is already mentioned there. In the Vedas, it is where all the avatars are for different yugas explained. Because it is like a circle. You know, there's Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, and Kali Yuga. After Kali Yuga, when Kalki appeared, the sage is told the people only become very small, 1 meter, something like this. And they are not living outside, everything is destroyed, nature. They're living in caves, and they're eating each other. There's a corpse like this, it's told. And Kali comes to destroy all this. And then after this, again, Satya Yuga, the planet will recover, and then will, again, Satya Yuga will. So in the same way, Lord Chaitanya, in Kali Yuga, he also appears in every Kali Yuga. How many yugas have 1 day of Brahma? You have written it down. for our time calculation, it is very long time. It's millions of years. But time we have not discovered what is time. For one, there's some flies or some bugs. They live only for a few hours. But for them, it's also a whole life. It's 100 years. This is we live 100 years according how we feel 100 years. But this 100 years is compared to the demigod 100 years. It is just a moment also. 6 months is 1 day of the demigods. 6 months is 1 night. So 1 year is 1 day on the heavenly planets. But this also is just the same 100 years, you know. In Satya Yuga, all living beings become up to 100,000 years. But it's just a feeling of time, you know. The time we cannot understand properly in reality.
994 yugas is 1 day of Brahma.
994
yugas.
yugas. So you can calculate if you want. It is time is a factor in this material world only. But we want to go to the world where there's no time, no beginning, no end. This is where we are at home. This is our real. So in Satya Yuga they become 100,000 years old. But it was for them also under 100 years. So I remember always when I was a child, 1 day was long. It was so many experiences in 1 day we had. When I get old, now I'm an old man. No, 1 day is nothing, you know. I feel like 1 week now is like a day, you know. It was just Monday. Tomorrow is Friday again. Yes, you feel this time, you get different, you experience differently, you know. The older you get, you're more fast, it seems.
The more engaged you are, it always seems short. The more you waste your time on other things, then the day is long.
Yes. Because in Satya Yuga they did meditation. They were fit because their mind was not so polluted. They could meditate for 60,000 years. Like Valmiki and some great yogis. They were practicing this Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudeva. This was the mantra in Satya Yuga. They were chanting. Then next Satya Yuga, it was Tapar. And in this Kali Yuga, it is changed. Dwapar Yuga comes. Because Mahaprabhu appeared, I don't know. It is written like this. Then reduced ignorance or contamination of mind was coming. They performed the big yagas at this time. They offered pure gold to the fire. And it was, I don't know, a big amount of gold. What did they do with the gold was offered? They threw it away. It was put in somewhere, in a river or somewhere. If you do this in Kali Yuga, then they kill each other for these things. But there was not this, the mentality was still not so bad. And in the next Yuga they performed very opulent deity worship, worshipping the Lord on the altar very opulently. Like in South India, there's some temples they are doing still opulent worship of the deity. Yes, and again, purity becomes more, contamination was advancing very fast. And then Kali Yuga came. Now in Kali Yuga we are completely covered by illusion, it's very difficult. We cannot meditate anymore, sitting for 5 minutes, then our mind goes crazy. This is Kali Yuga. So, but there's one medicine. Mahaprabhu came for this thing, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In this Kali Yuga is one very powerful process, and it's very easy to practice. Just by chanting the holy name of Hari, the names of the Lord. And the Mahamantra was given to, it was practiced by Mahaprabhu and all his associates who came with him here. Very simple. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Very powerful mantra. Everybody now in Kali Yuga should chant. Now you see all over the world, everywhere knows Hare Krishna. Even they go to wherever place you go, they have heard about this. Huh? Yes. Australia, everywhere. China, even. They are good. Everywhere the devotees are now. And one day, it is said in this Kali Yuga there will be 10,000 years like Satya Yuga. And it started 500 years ago. So, but now this planet will be purified. It means like all the negative, all the demoniac activities were before, it will be removed, it will be destroyed. You can see what happened now. It is starting these things. And we'll see. Next life you will see how fast it will go or how slow. So that's because the devotees, they don't want to stay in this world. It is not becoming better. Don't think that the scientists, they will find something what makes us more happy. They want only exploit. They want to get money. And the society is just a slave of this. They make you the slave of this small thing, called mobile phone. We become slaves, and our opinion, what we can think or what is right and wrong, they tell to us. We have no capacity to think ourselves, to see things as they are. There's only bad and good. And who says what is bad and good? They tell you what is good and what is bad. They have no foundation for this. They have no understanding. This is Dhammaguna. Yes, we are ready now.
He's saying that garden is closed, God is behind.
Oh, but he's coming again. He's eating now. No, he is now eating.
After eating, he will go to sleep.
Yes, and then he goes to sleep. So we may close here. Param Pujapat, Nitya Leela Vaishtam Vishnupada Brahmhamsa Vigacharya Stota Srimad Bhakti Rakshakshida Krishna Maharaj Ki Jai. Srila Gurudev Nitya Leela Vaishtam Vishnupada Brahmhamsa Vigacharya Stota Srimad Bhakti Vaibhava Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Nitya Guru Premanandi. Manjaka